Alright, today we are going to learn how to calculate kinetic energy. So just a reminder that kinetic energy is the energy that an object has due to its motion. So anything in motion has kinetic energy. Okay, in this moving roller coaster diagram, you can watch as the kinetic energy and potential energy interchange throughout the motion of the roller coaster. Okay, and here is the kinetic and potential energy of someone who is skiing down a hill. And you can see that as the kinetic energy increases on the slope, that the potential energy decreases. There it goes. Once the skier reaches the bottom, they've lost that potential energy. They have kinetic energy, but as they slow down, that kinetic energy decreases as well. Here is our equation for kinetic energy. Remember that kinetic energy depends on mass and velocity. So go ahead and add this equation to your equation sheet. Ke equals 1/2 times m times v squared. Ke is the kinetic energy. It's a form of energy, so its unit will be joules. M, like it always has, stands for mass. That's going to be in kilograms. And V stands for velocity, which we have studied before, and it is measured in meters per second. Okay, now unfortunately this equation is not one that we can use the triangle method for. This one we just have to use good old-fashioned basic algebra to solve for our unknown. Okay, so with that, you want to be careful with the v squared here. Remember to do the opposite of a square. So if you're having to solve for v, the opposite of a square to get rid of that square is to square root. Okay, and that would be the last step as you get close to solving for v. But if you need help with those basic algebra skills, please get into contact with me. Let me have a meeting with you so that we can run through a couple of problems and work through that basic algebra for you. I have no problem helping you with that skill. Let's look at an example problem. An 80-kilogram man is jogging at a rate of 4 meters per second. What is his kinetic energy? So, analyzing the problem, what kind of information do we have? We have 80 kilograms, so that's a mass. We have jogging at a rate of 4 meters per second. Meters per second is a velocity, so I have a v. And I want to know what is the kinetic energy. So my equation is 1/2 times m times v squared. So I have an m, I have a v, I have everything I need to be able to solve this problem. Okay, so I just plug in my numbers. So 1/2 times 80 times 4 squared. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my square first. So then I get, missing my equal sign there. So I get my kinetic energy equals 1/2 times 80 times 16, because 4 squared is 16. Then I simply multiply these out on my calculator. 1/2 times 80 times 16, and I get 640 joules as my final answer. Okay, so if you were not able to work through that problem with me and get that same answer, please get into contact with me if you need help with algebra skills. So if you need to solve for m or you need to solve for v and you don't know how to do that, please get into contact with me so I can help you out, because now it's time for your independent practice.